Okay, so today we're going to take a look at table fables, and we're going to use it to make some random, fantasy RPG stuff. So let's do that. Well, I need my dice out, okay. I got all my dice in ginger, but if I open his bum, he's going to spill them everywhere, so I don't know if that's a very good idea. Okay, I put them in this tray. Oh. Okay, there we go. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to start with the tavern generator, because all the good stories start at the tavern, don't they? They start at the inn, so we're going to roll on this. It's going to give us some random names, so it's a D12. Have I got that in this pile? Yeah, there's one there. I got a 2, which is the crooked. The crooked, oh no, it's rolling away. It's a 7. The crooked tome. Let's write down the crooked tome. Okay, we got that. Let's roll on this other tavern one as well and see what happens. I got a 2, which is the port, and I got a 10. The port and wine. That works quite well, doesn't it? Okay, so we need to look at the atmosphere of the tavern, which is a D10. There's one of them. Okay, D10, I'm going to roll it. It's a 6. I'll read it. The tavern is large and well lit with candles that gutter quietly in pools of wax. The center of the room has been cleared to make space for the frequent fights that break out. The names of competitors and bets are written on the walls in white chalk. Okay, it's a tavern brawling tavern. Should we go with the port and wine or the crooked tome? I think the crooked tome is more interesting. Let's go with the crooked tome. So we're going to go with that. I think that they'd put all the tables around. Let's put the bar in or something. All the tables are going to go around the outside and stuff. And then this is the fight area where everybody have a fight and stuff like that. And yeah, there's like a chalkboard and stuff, and there's all like candles and things everywhere and stuff like that to make it all sort of. Okay, and that is the crooked tome. Okay. Now let's roll up a festival, and the festival can sort of set the scene for us, set the time for us as to what is like going on at the time of us starting the adventure. Okay, I got a 15. Okay, 15 is the music celebration known as Bard's Day. This is a celebration of music and storytelling. Bards gather from all over the land to exchange songs, compete in competition and find sponsors. So if any bards come to this tavern, they need to be strong bards as well, because it's not going to help if they're not also strong, because this is a bit of a brawling tavern and stuff like that. So they would have to have lots of their bardic songs better be about like heroic deeds and strong things, basically, right? Because no one's really going to want to hear about like certain types of poems when they're busy having a fight. So, all right. So let's begin. Let's make a character for this. So we've got to roll our race. So we got a 5, which gives us a half orc. Okay. Well, that very much fits the tavern quite nicely, because they're going to be a strong person. Okay. So we have fantasy classes, but we also have NPC class. I think it would be nicer to roll them a generic class than it would be to roll them a particular thing. So let's roll a d20 on this and see. 1. A tavern keeper, that's perfect, let's do it. Okay. This is a half orc tavern keeper. They own the tavern, they own the crooked tome. And yeah, so they probably set up these fights and things like that. And they're legit fights as well, because, okay, let's go with so we're going to roll 2 character traits on the character trait table now. I got 69, which is quiet. Okay. 96. Thoughtless. So that a bit cruel? I think that we're trying to make them to be our hero. I'm going to roll it again. I don't want faultless. 85. Sorrowful. I wonder what they're sorrowful about. Should we put that in? So next is disabilities and character quirks. So we'll roll, I guess we'll roll 1 or 2 of these, I guess. 95. Pride. What does that mean? That means like the sin of pride, right? I was thinking of gay pride. I'm sorry, but should we just go with gay? It's Yowie. Okay. Maybe they're sorrowful because they've lost their partner or something like that. And they've started this tavern or maybe they did, I don't know, let's roll another quirk. 62. 62. Oh, they would do just about anything for a bit of gold. It's kind of generic, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it for now. So they do anything for a bit of gold. Okay. This is our half-orc tavern keeper. Okay. And they're quiet and sorrowful about something to do with possibly being gay, and they would do anything for some gold. But I'd like to think in a good way for their tavern instead of just a straight up greed way. Okay. Male names. Let's give them a name. I got 36. Galver. There's a title generator at the bottom here, so let's roll that and see what happens. I got, what's that, a 9, 3, able, and 9, toe. Toe, that's a stupid word. Let's do it again. 3 and 4. 3, able, and 4, arm. Able arm. It's Galva Able Arm. We turned into an arm wrestle at the bar, and it's Bard's Day. Okay. And he never loses or something like that. He never loses. And he does, like, he'll bet like a gold piece every time, like a whole gold piece he'll bet, like you can't beat him. So let's roll up a background for him and see if we approve or not. 11. His parents noticed his talent for combat when he was young. After training all young years, he is now proud to call himself a member of the City Guard. Okay, well, we'll ignore he's a member of the City Guard, and we'll just take the, he had combat training. So yes, he was talented at combat as a youth and is trained in it. Okay, let's give him a mundane treasure item. We got a 29, a comb made from an unfamiliar white metal. Alright, and let's also look at these peculiar knickknacks and flavour items and see if we would want some of that. Well, I got 88, a small bottle filled with smoke and small points of light. Okay, and we don't know what that is. That's something to start our adventure with. We don't know what that mystery bottle is. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. I've drawn a quick picture of him so far, because he's got his tavern apron on, but he's also quite strong and beefy as well. Okay, and I'm gonna go with the assumption that he's kind of still quite young. Like he's grown up, but he's just kind of got through his youthful combat stuff, and he's got this tavern. Yeah, okay, so that's cool so far. Oh, we gotta do the food at the tavern. We got dried fruit for our breakfast. We got tomatoes and sausage for lunch. That's just what we want for lunch. And for dinner, we got 13 roast vegetables and hummus. Okay. And what is the dessert for the tavern today? Oh, it's stuck in the book. It's still stuck in the book. It's a 5. Lemon poppy seed muffins. That sounds nice. Alright, that's our tavern-y meal. Okay. We have to have a menu. Alright, so now it's time for a quest for him to potentially go on or something. So let's see. 28. 28 is our quest. The daughter of a demon prince has gone missing. As reluctant as he is to ask, the demon requests the player's help in finding his little girl.
perhaps he's asking because our half-orc, he has a bit of reputation or something like that. I mean, this is a tavern, and he's a tavern keeper, so maybe he has a bit of reputation for being, strong, for being able-armed, So the demon prince has ended up in a tavern. And also that speaks interestingly for story's sake, because you might imagine that the demon prince would come to the king of the land and ask the king for help. But clearly, it would be interesting if the demon prince instead seeks out this particular tavern keeper because of his strength reputation and the king not having any reputation other than being wealthy or something like that. So we will roll our 1d20 dungeon setting. So I'll go 20, a live volcano. And that might be a bit much for that's a bit too intense. 16. Dry winding catacombs. Okay, shall we go with that? So there's these dry winding catacombs. Okay, so we're gonna roll up some hostile encounter for our dungeon. Okay, 54. The players crest a tall hill only to realize they've been walking on the back of a hill giant. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have our winding catacombs that we don't know about that necessarily yet. And on the way to get there, there's another hill over here. And it turns out that is the back of a... I'm not sure how to draw that exactly. Let's put in a very basic shape of a giant or something like that. So let's roll a dungeon event. A 2. An altar decorated with bones and flowers. So we've got an altar of bones and flowers in the catacombs. I don't know quite what that would do, but presumably the daughter's involved with the demon prince or something like that. So I'm going to roll a wilderness event as well for our adventure on our way. Okay. 16. A brush of cold air alerts the party to the presence of a natural cave. I don't know, because we're going to catacombs. I don't know about that. I'll roll another one. Oh, it rolled away. It was an 11. 11. A rather road-worn woman. Oh my gosh, that's hard for me to say. A road-worn woman tiredly asks the party for an escort to the nearest town. Do you know what would be funny if we meet her on the back of the the back of the giant? Oh, Shani, will you help me back to town? Giant comes up. And I suspect that old Galva is actually really nice and tries to be as kind as possible. And it's a bit like, okay. Okay, so that's the beginning of our adventure then. That's everything we've got. We've got Galva Abel-Arm, who is the half-orc tavern keeper, and he's quiet and sorrowful, and there might be something to do with him being gay, but we don't know anything about that. He will do anything for gold, but in the best possible way. He's trained in his combat when he was younger. He has a bottle full of smoke and lights or something like that, which we don't know anything about. The tavern is called the Crooked Tome, and it just so happens to be Bard's Day at the tavern as well, so there'll be stories and things coming in. But it's all about brawling and about strength and that kind of thing, and he's really good at arm wrestling and stuff like that. And so we got to hear this story of some kind of demon prince and his daughter is gone missing or something in these dry catacombs, and there's an altar to get to, and on the way there we meet somebody who wants to be escorted back to the town, but there's also a giant walking on the back of. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. I think that's a really good start to our adventure. We got some good characters, we've got some good events going on. I'm really happy. Now I'm going to go and have tomatoes and sausage for lunch or something. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you think, and I hope you like the book and everything like that. So yeah, okay, bye bye.